All right, so in today's episode of Behind the Scenes with Emerald Lake Books, we're going to take a look at BookSirens, and this is a platform that we've been interested in checking out. We first heard about it when somebody asked the question on Amy Collins' Free Advice Fridays. She hadn't heard of it either, so neither one of us has had too much of a chance to look into it yet, but we decided to give it a shot with one of our recent releases. So what we are doing now is you go to BookSirens.com, and what this does is kind of two things. It overlaps in functionality with BookFunnel, which is a tool we like to use for distributing advanced reader copies, also known as ARCs. So these are review copies that you give to folks either before or soon after a book has been released. So you can do that. But the other thing is that they have thousands of people who have signed up to become volunteer reviewers. So when you post on BookSirens, you're going to be able to share your advanced reader copy with people who are interested in the review process. Now, in speaking with the developers, one of the things that we have found is the way this typically works. They find that about 75% of the people who download a review copy also leave a review. And so that's a really high percentage. Normally, when you're offering review copies to people, it's more common to see 5 to 10% of them leave a review. So someplace that is saying that they're getting a 75% review place, assuming that does turn out to be true, is actually really, really good. So what we're doing here is we are going to take a chance, and the way this works is you set up an account. So we're going to go to get review copies, and you indicate which you want to do. You can manage your ARC, meaning that you can give that out to potential reviewers, or you can promote it for 3 months to their 10,000 plus book reviewers and influencers and grow your ARC team. And so here, what they're going to be doing for this paid amount is they are going to send it out to their newsletter. They're going to reach 1,000 influential book review blogs, bookstagrammers, and booktubers. You're going to be able to create and grow your ARC team. You'll end up with a professional landing page for your ARC that's designed with reviewers in mind. Share your existing ARC no matter the size. And so, there's some really interesting things here. You can also do a free setup one that is essentially going to allow you to drive all of the traffic to the landing page that has your ARC. So it assumes that you already have a street team in place and a review team in place. But we want to learn more about this particular option. So you have two options here. If you are a publisher and you're dealing with a large number of titles, you can do a pay per year option. And we've been in touch with a developer about this. And what it essentially does is it works somewhat like a gift card. You buy credits in advance. They give you some additional credit on that for buying in advance. And in doing that, then once that credit is used up, then you purchase again. But the option that a lot of people are using is simply the listing fee, which is $10, and then a $2 per reader who downloads your book. And so the thing is, in order to be able to do the pay per year function, you have to do the pay per reader once. They want to make sure that the quality of your books is there. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to submit a book. And so we want to promote it to the BookSirens reviewer community, which is a paid service. And we will also probably will do that as well. You can invite as many reviewers as you'd like. The maximum number of readers who can download. Now, the thing to keep in mind is you only have to pay for the readers that are coming from BookSirens reviewer community. So if you have a book listing set up, and it is coming from, say, you're also sending your own people to it, the only ones that you'll be paying for the downloads for are those that are coming through their links, not yours. So let's say, knowing that we have a $10 listing fee and a $2 per download fee, this is telling us how many people we're going to say we can download to. And that allows you to kind of cap what your budget is. So say we want to spend $50 on this. We take off the $10 listing fee. That leaves us with $40. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So we're going to set our reader spots to 20, meaning that assuming that we can hopefully get 20 additional reviews on our book. And you have a choice of Amazon, Goodreads, or both. Now, what I'm reading in the FAQ is that oftentimes when you choose both Amazon or Goodreads, because your book is being promoted to a lot of different people, a lot of the reviews end up on Goodreads and not on Amazon. So if you have to think about what your strategy is and where you're trying to build up your review numbers. When we're first launching a book, we really want those numbers on Amazon to begin with, and then later on can start a strategy that's going to bring it out to both Amazon and Goodreads. So we're going to leave it set to Amazon. Now, keep in mind, one important thing is Amazon's guidelines do not allow you to pay for reviews. And this service, you are not paying for reviews because it's not the reviewers that are actually being paid the $2. What it is the service, BookSirens, is being paid the $2 per download for managing that whole thing. So you're not paying for review. So you are well within the Amazon's review guidelines. So how many review copies have you distributed so far? This is to help us improve. So you have to put in a number. We've distributed about 10 so far, and most of those were for endorsers, not for actual reviewers. But that's fine. Whom have you sent them to? We had handpicked readers for this book that I'm thinking about, and any reader on our mailing list. Looking readers on other review sites, blog tours, family and friends. So those are the ones so far. And this is, now see here, they have your different choices: novel, novella, children's book, nonfiction, short story, poetry, graphic novel, comic, anthology. In this particular case, the book is nonfiction, and it is called Behind the Beard. And what you're doing is, for the cover, they want only JPEG or PNG files. And so we're going to go out to where this is. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one too. So let me go here. Behind the Beard. And so here's my front cover. And that's that. And then the Amazon URL. So let me just pause to get that. So I have posted in my Amazon URL, and now I'm going to go get my Goodreads URL. And actually, I'm going to leave that blank because currently the Goodreads version is only the first edition, and this is a second edition that we're publishing, so it hasn't made it to Goodreads yet. I'll have to look into that after the fact. Here we go. We have to indicate the editing. The book has been edited by the author, by a professional editor, or it has not been edited. Because BookSirens is looking for high-quality books with professional covers and professional editing, you'll definitely want to make sure that you're indicating that they have been formatted by professionals, assuming that that's the truth. If it hasn't been, I strongly recommend that you go ahead and hire professionals to do these things for you. And let's see, this is the part of a series. It's the second in a higher book series. The book is standalone, not part of a series. So in this case, it's standalone. Now, here's one thing. According to the developer of BookSirens, they really enjoy series. In most instances, they're looking for books that either have been released in the last 90 days or are soon to be released, unless it's a series. And in that case, they're willing to take older books, assuming that a book in the series fits the published within the last 90 days or soon to be released. So apparently they have a lot of people that enjoy series. They don't have an issue with starting out with a book that's older, so long as this particular site's focus is on new books, new releases. So that's what they're looking for there. We have to then indicate the approximate number of words. So let me go get that information. All right, and so I've got that. If you happen to have a tagline, you're going to want to put that in here too. So we're going to just use a short phrase. And then this is going to be the listing description, which I'm going to copy from our listing notes, which is here. So you put that in. I'm going to put in some paragraph breaks. And then you're going to search for your genre. Now, read our tips on picking genres. So let's see what that says. Basic examples, things you can add, characters. All right, you can get fancy. So essentially determine how readers are going to perceive your book. Be as specific as you can. Western romance is better than romance. Limit yourself to 5 to 7 categories and focus on the major themes. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Lastly, note that you can change these later at your leisure. So we are going to indicate holiday. Let's say holidays. Santa. And this is also a book that has parenting tips. We can just do parenting. I wonder if they have something like Holiday Magic. Let's see. And creating memories. Let's see. What else did we have? I think that's a good mix there. Parenting. We can also do grandparenting because this is also for grandparents. And so trigger warnings. We don't have any trigger warnings. Ending. In this case, those we can just skip. Then you're going to indicate your publisher method. Are you self-published, small press, big press? So we're doing this. Emerald Lake Books. Publisher website. The full name of the author is Bill Buckby. Amazon profile URL. Let me go get that. All right. Wait for Amazon to finish loading. There we go. Come on. Author page. There we are. And so here's our author page. Don't need that part. Goodreads profile. We're going to skip all of that for now. His company is the Santa Claus Company. His Facebook URL. Let's see. Santa Claus. Here we are. Facebook is there. I know he's on Instagram, but I don't know that. Maybe we'll go out to a Santa Claus Company website and see if we can find his Instagram. .com. Helps when I finish the URL. All right. And my picture is in the way, so let me figure out what I can do with this. Close that. And there's Instagram. So there we are. So I am the book's publisher. It's Tara Alemany. I'm going to use our info at email address. emeraldlakebooks.com. It's hard to talk and type at the same time. So how did you hear about us? I'm going to say from another author. Don't have a promo code, but I do agree to the terms, and so we submit that. Let's see what happens next. So now we're going to need to confirm our email address, and I'm sure after that we're going to have to do something more along the line of putting in billing information. But right now I'm just waiting for the email confirmation to come in. So I'm going to pause this and I'll be back in a minute. And so I received my confirmation email and clicked on the link, and I was given this message here saying that submission is confirmed. Please note that due to high submission volume, we will not be able to accept every book. We will get back to you within 14 days if we can move forward with your book. If you don't hear back, it is usually because we already have too many books in your genre relative to the number of readers. Thank you. And so probably that's how they're managing to keep up the high number of review. Remember that review percentage I talked about early on being 75%. I know that they only look for so many new books to review in a given period of time, so they make sure they don't overwhelm or offer too many choices at the same time to the reviewers who are part of this mailing list. So all we can do at this point in time is sit back, see what happens. I am going to submit at least one, if not a couple of other titles to this to see what happens with each of them. Hopefully one of them will get accepted and we'll go from there. So I will film another video sometime in the future to let you know what we think of BookSirens once we are able to formulate an opinion. This has been Tara Alemany of Emerald Lake Books. I do hope you find this interesting and useful to your own authorship, and feel free to get in touch with us with any questions you may have. Thanks. Bye.